Hi everyone, my name is Priscilla and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I want to talk all about the future of Oshamir, of our lovely Osha and Qimir and this incredible ship and pairing. Now in my last video, I did a whole probably like 18-minute discussion of me talking about my thoughts and opinions regarding the cancellation of the Acolyte Season 2, which I definitely feel is a misstep and a lost opportunity. But if you guys want to get my entire thoughts and opinions on that, I'm going to link that video down in the description box below. However, for today, I know that our fandom is trying to be as positive as ever as we still should continue to be. Of course, we cannot lose hope here. But I've just been on the internet and I've been hearing people say things like, well, we still more than likely are going to have the novelizations coming out. So it's not like this is the end of these characters. And while I am definitely an avid book reader and I'm more than happy to read the novelization, here is the thing. Because we were introduced to these characters in a visual type of way on screen, and we now have actors that have portrayed these characters, I feel like it just makes the most sense for us to continue to be able to see the story progress and move forward visually on screen as well. That's just my personal opinion. And so as I was thinking about that, something that I began to realize just thinking about the whole storyline and what the Acolyte was trying to portray, I realized that in actuality, the Acolyte is in fact the origin story of our character of Osha. And as I continued to ponder that whole thing, I realized, I was like, you know what? The show spent literally 2 episodes showing the significance of what happened on Brendok. So we understand why Osha eventually ends up descending into the dark side. Do we technically need a part 2 of her origin story? Not necessarily the case, because we know why she did what she did. But here's the thing, and this is why we need to see Osha and Qimir and these other characters in the future, like May, as well. When you do, in fact, create an origin story, it's because a character has already done something in the present or in the future, and you want to see what led them to make the decisions that they made in life, like what brought them to make certain moves. And so that's why, of course, we have the prequels to see why Darth Vader became Darth Vader. We have the most recently for the Hunger Games, we had President Coriolanus Snow. He had a whole thing of us, a whole movie of us being able to see how he really began to fall and kind of lose aspects of his humanity. And can I just say, I'm not sure. The prequel movie, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, or Snakes and Songbirds, I forgot which is which. That movie might be tied for my favorite Hunger Games movie next to Catching Fire. It might even be a little bit better than Catching Fire. I don't know. I'm just going to say it's a tie because those movies were so good. But anyway, for Osha as a character, we know why she did what she did. And so it would be very odd, in my personal opinion, for them to not allow us to see how she moves forward in the future. Is she going to completely have a Vampire Diaries moment and flip off her switch and turn her humanity off? Or is she going to be more of an anti-heroine type of character? Is she going to be more of a morally gray character? That's what I feel like they're going to do with her ultimately. But we want to see how she is going to be in the future. I was just thinking, I was like, really, what could the showrunner or the producers, Disney, all the people involved, what could they do if they really just want to kind of put a nice, pretty little bow tie on the Acolyte and end it? Like I said, I've been on Twitter or X, and I've heard people say things like, well, if they don't want to use the title Acolyte, bring the characters back, but give them, create a different series name and add Osha and Qimir and May, Vernestra, all these other characters back, but under a different series title. I'm totally happy with that. Like I said before, I'm fine with the Acolyte being just a standalone origin story for Osha as a character, but I feel like it just makes the most sense for us to be able to see what they do in the future. So if they want to give us a different series under like a different name, I'm totally fine with that. And while I would love for them to have a series in which we focus again on Osha and Qimir, Oshamir, together, even if they wanted to create a series in which they are not the titular characters, but they're in a world, or sorry, they're in a series that's has other characters as the main leads. While that would not be ideal, I would still be able to accept that, just still give them, important roles. They don't have to be the main characters per se, although like I said, I really would want that, but they can be, the anti-hero / anti-heroine characters. They can be the morally gray characters. We just need to see them in the future. And so, like I mentioned, with this show being 100 years before Anakin and all these other characters, if they want to even do a time jump, if they want to jump 5 years into the future, I'd be okay with that. I would love to see the early beginnings of the training stages and seeing how Osha and Qimir react to being together, and how he really is going to be able to see how much different she is from her sister May. If they don't go that, route, then I can still, I'd be happy to see them just in the future in another project together, because I just don't want this to be another missed opportunity. I feel like recently there have just been missed opportunities. For example, I think about the Knights of Ren, and they were established in The Force Awakens. I was so excited, so stoked to see what they would do. Did not see them at all in The Last Jedi. We got them in The Rise of Skywalker for like half a second. I feel like we definitely did not get to see their full potential. So that was a misstep in my personal opinion. Same thing with Rey and Kylo Ren, or Ben Solo, or as I prefer his government title, Mr. Ben Swolo here. We did not get a chance to see them act as a dyad. We did not get a chance to see them fight, back to back like they did in The Last Jedi. We didn't see that in The Rise of Skywalker. So I do not want what happened to Rey and Kylo Ren Rey and Ben Solo happen to Qimir and Osha. I feel like they deserve more. And by so many people signing the petition to get the Acolyte renewed, I think it just shows that there are people that really, really want to see how the series can progress and how these characters are going to move forward. So yeah, those are currently my thoughts and opinions. But yeah, go ahead and let me know down below for these characters. What do you think is the best way that we can continue to see them on screen? Is there anything that you feel like Disney could do, or the producers, or whoever it is, what they could do to keep their storyline alive, keep them on our screens? What is the best thing that they could do? What's the smartest thing they could do to continue to keep characters like Osha and May and Qimir, alive? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And while you do that, go ahead and like this video to help me out with the algorithm. Also, please subscribe to my channel so that you guys can see more content from me. And also hit that bell for notifications so that you guys know exactly when I post my next videos. Until then, as always, may the Force continue to be with us all, and you shall see me in my next video. Bye, guys.